Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. As Christmas gets closer, the world seems to speed up, right? There's this frantic energy of last-minute shopping, party planning, and trying to check off every single item on our to-do lists. It's supposed to be the most wonderful time of the year, but for so many of us, it ends up being the most stressful. We get so caught up in the hustle and bustle, the decorations, the gifts, and the food, that we often miss the real point of it all. We were so busy preparing for Christmas that we forget to prepare our hearts for what it truly represents. So today, I want to take a step back with you. I want to pause all the noise and talk about a message so simple yet so profound that it has the power to genuinely change your life, not just during this season, but for every day that follows. This isn't about having the perfect tree or buying the most expensive gifts. It's about a message of hope, love, and renewal that lies at the very heart of Christmas. And trust me, when you truly let this message sink in, everything else just fades into the background. So what is this life-changing message? It's not a secret formula or a complicated philosophy. It's the story of a gift, the ultimate gift. Think about the best gift you've ever received. Maybe it was something you wanted for years, something that came as a complete surprise, or something handmade with love. Remember that feeling of joy, of being known and cared for. Now, imagine a gift so immense that it addresses the deepest needs of your heart. That's the Christmas message. It's the story of God giving us the greatest gift imaginable, His Son, Jesus. The core of the Christmas story isn't just a historical event about a baby in a manger. It's a love story. It's about a God who saw a world that was broken, a world full of people who felt lost, anxious, and disconnected, and He chose to do something radical about it. He didn't send a memo or a list of rules. He sent Himself. He came down to our level to experience life as we do, with all its joys and its sorrows. This wasn't a distant, impersonal act. It was deeply personal. It was a demonstration of love so profound that it's hard for our minds to even fully grasp it. Think about it this way. So often we try to earn our worth. We strive to be good enough, successful enough, or popular enough. We build our identities on our achievements, our relationships, or our possessions. But what happens when those things fail us? When we lose a job, a relationship ends, or we just feel like we're not measuring up? Our sense of value can crumble. The Christmas message completely flips this script. It tells us that our worth isn't based on what we do, but on who we belong to. The birth of Jesus is a declaration that you are loved, valued, and wanted by the Creator of the universe, not because of your performance, but simply because you are you. This message changes everything because it offers us a new identity, an identity that isn't fragile or dependent on external circumstances. It's an identity rooted in unconditional love. When you accept this gift, you're no longer defined by your past mistakes, your failures, or the labels that others have put on you. You are defined as a beloved child of God. This is the truth that sets you free. Free from the constant pressure to prove yourself, free from the fear of not being good enough, and free from the weight of your past. This brings us to the second part of this life-changing message, hope. Let's be honest, life can be incredibly difficult. We face challenges, disappointments, and heartaches that can leave us feeling hopeless. We look at the world around us with all its conflict and suffering, and it's easy to become cynical or despairing. We look at our own lives and see patterns of struggle that seem impossible to break. Where do we find hope in the midst of all that? The Christmas story is the ultimate beacon of hope. The birth of Jesus took place in a dark and humble setting, not in a palace. He was born into a world under oppressive rule, a world that was just as messy and complicated as ours, and yet his arrival was announced by angels with a message of good news of great joy for all the people. Why? Because his birth signaled that God had not abandoned us to the darkness. He had entered into it with us. This means that no matter how dark your situation feels right now, you are not alone. There is a light that the darkness cannot overcome. This isn't just wishful thinking, it's a promise. The hope of Christmas isn't an empty platitude that things will magically get better. It's the assurance that God is with us, working for our good even in the midst of our trials. It's the promise of redemption and restoration. It's the promise that one day all the broken things will be made new. This hope gives us the strength to persevere, to keep going when we feel like giving up, because we know that this is not the end of the story. When you truly embrace this hope, it changes your perspective. Your problems don't necessarily disappear overnight, but your relationship to them changes. You can face them with a sense of peace and confidence, knowing that you're not facing them alone and that a greater power is at work. This is the kind of hope that anchors your soul in the middle of a storm. Finally, the Christmas message is a call to a new way of living. It's not just something to believe, it's something to live out. If we are recipients of such an incredible gift of love and hope, how should that change how we interact with the world around us? It should transform us from the inside out. The Bible says the fruit of God's Spirit in us is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. This isn't a checklist to earn God's favor. It's the natural outcome of a heart that has been changed by His love. This Christmas, what if we focus less on what we can get and more on what we can give? I'm not just talking about presents. I'm talking about giving grace to the person who cut you off in traffic, giving a listening ear to a friend who is struggling, giving forgiveness to someone who has hurt you, giving your time to serve those in need. When we start living out the same kind of unconditional, sacrificial love that was shown to us, we become conduits of that same hope and light to the world. This is how the Christmas message starts to change not only our lives, but the lives of those around us. It creates a ripple effect of grace and kindness. Imagine a world where more people lived this way. A world where we saw each other not as competitors, but as fellow travelers deserving of compassion and love. That is the world that the Christmas message invites us to help create, one act of love at a time. So, how do you make this message a reality in your life? It starts with a simple personal choice. It's about pausing the noise and having an honest conversation with God. It's about saying, I'm tired of trying to do this on my own. I accept this gift. I accept this love, this new identity, this hope. It's a surrender. It's letting go of your need to be in control and trusting in the one who loves you more than you can imagine. This Christmas, I encourage you to find a quiet moment, away from the wrapping paper and the festive chaos, and just reflect on this story. Read it for yourself. Let the reality of God's love for you sink in. Don't let this season pass by as just another holiday. Let it be the season where you receive the greatest gift ever offered. A gift that doesn't break or fade, but one that brings lasting peace, unshakable hope, and a purpose that will carry you through all the days of your life. This is the message that changes everything. It's not just a nice story for children. It's the profound truth that has the power to rescue and redeem our lives. It's the good news that you are seen, you are known, and you are loved. And that, my friends, is a message worth celebrating, not just on December 25th, but every single day. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. I hope this message has encouraged you and given you something to think about this holiday season. If it has, please consider sharing this video with someone who might need to hear it. From the bottom of my heart, I wish you a truly meaningful and life-changing Christmas. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this. Take care and God bless.